Alright, let's see if I can face it the right direction. What, did I break this thing? Okay. Alright, here I go. Squid Games. I thought it was excellent. Super good. Super good. Lots of blood. So if you're squirmish about blood, then it's probably not the show for you. And there's a lot of psychological trauma, so just be prepared for that. If you're going in, not a lot of gore, but a lot of blood. That being said, fantastic. Okay, so I tried to watch it in English, and it's just not the same. You should watch it in Korean with the subtitles. It's not me trying to be elitist or whatever. It's just that, it just, it's, for me anyway, it was easier to stay in it when the words matched up with the mouths, and the acting is like the original fantastic actors. So, except, I don't want to spoil anything, but there's some extra, there's some English speaking individuals that hang out at some point, and they are horrible. The lines are horrible, the acting's horrible. It's just, it takes the whole thing down a notch. But other than that, and the part they're in doesn't, anyway. But it's not predictable. It's interesting to watch. It definitely drives you to the next one. I watched all of them in 2 days. Yeah, I watched 9 episodes. I mean, I would have watched it all together, I think, except my wife wanted to go to bed. So, yeah. So, yeah, it's really. I mean, each time you see an episode, it makes you want to go to the next. The end is like, it leaves. Well, I don't want to even give anything away because I'm just. But it's relatively satisfying. The ending, the whole thing is fantastic. Like, I just liked it. I liked it all the way through. And it's like I said, it's not predictable. It's you need to watch it. It's on Netflix. I'd say if you unless you're squeamish about blood, which is understandable. If you do not currently have Netflix, it's worth getting Netflix for a month, like the $10 or $12 or whatever it is. $8.99. So it's worth that. And I mean, I would literally say if you don't have Netflix, $8.99, get it, and then go for a thing. It's as good as, say, Breaking Bad, which in my mind is like one of the best shows ever. No, not quite as good as that. But Breaking Bad's better? Oh, wow. But this is incredible. I mean, the one thing that slowed it down, I think, was the part I mentioned before. I think that was one of the parts that slowed it down. And there's some things that just don't quite. And that being said, I haven't even watched Breaking Bad all the way through, and I have watched this all the way through. So perhaps I would have a lower opinion of Breaking Bad if I'd seen all the episodes. This is phenomenal, though. Phenomenal all the way through. There's no one part I like because there's no. I mean, I say there was maybe one episode that I was a little bit like, meh, but like the whole thing keeps driving you forward, and even the things that you're like, meh, it's like still pretty good. So yeah, I'm gonna go with I gotta lower it because of the one part I spoke of. So 4.72. That's where I'm at. 4.72 out of 5 stars. Bam. Loved it. Watch it. Get Netflix. Watch it. It's a combination of some different things with some totally different things. And it was interesting. I was watching it with my wife, who's Korean, so I didn't understand what they were saying in Korean except like the English translation. But for like one of the games, it was interesting to see that I don't know. kind of seemed like it made more sense and it's like a little bit more context when you understand anything, any of the Korean understanding of it. I think if you have any connection with anything Korean, I think that'll help. But you don't. But it's not necessary to enjoy it. The whole thing is phenomenal. Phenomenal. All right. What is your? Do you want to say your statements on it, or?
I think. What you rated 4.8?
I rated 4.72.
Close. I would say like 4.5.
4.5?
4.3 maybe.
4.3. Okay.
4. Maybe 4. Yeah.
Or what is it that takes it down a notch for you, or?
I
mean, that's still pretty good.
It's really good. Maybe it's just me. It was made well, and it made you want to keep watching it. But I lowered it because it's something I would have watched twice. I usually rate it low when it's something like, oh, I'm not like, oh, I'm going to see that again. It was a little too crazy, like mentally. It's a lot.
It is. There's a lot going on. It is a lot.
A little creepy.
And it's kind of like, it's a bit traumatizing.
Yeah. So like, oh, it's too.
So.
Ick feeling like.
Yeah.
Not pleasant. I mean, it's fun when you're watching it, but it's kind of like icky feeling afterwards.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, and it's something that I wouldn't watch again. I don't get excited to watch again, even though it was good, but like not a movie or drama. I don't want to see it. I don't get excited to see it again. So.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why it's lower.
So 4.3 for you?
Yeah.
All right. So if you average them together, it's like a 4.51 or something like that. So that's still pretty good. All said and done. Yeah.
Wait, what does the cat give? The cat gives rating.
The cat.
I give a.
Boom shakalaka.
4.5.
Watch it. Watch it. That's what the cat said. See ya.